Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Biz Bites from the Money Mountain Systems. Really appreciate you joining me today. My name is Liz, and I am going to be talking to you today about time blocking systems so that you can be more efficient and effective in your daily activities. Because a lot of times we wake up or we get up and we start our day and we know we have to go, 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 but we don't really block our activities together in a way that is effective or efficient. And we have a tendency to be multitasking, doing a lot of things at the same time. So I want to know how many of y'all feel like this because I had a post come up that looked like this. I'm going to be so productive today. So also me, cows have best friends, manage to look for the end of the internet and you don't find it, and you end up spending your whole day doing things that may have been on your list, may have not been on your list of things to do, and wondering what happened to your day. So I am going to share with you about some methods that you can do with your daily calendar and your weekly calendar and even your monthly calendar so that you can be a lot more effective when you are choosing things to do in your daily activities. So, since this is a recording, I'm not going to get a lot of instant response from you as to what is, some of the things that you struggle with or some things that you really are nailing it on. But I do want to know, so make sure that you put those comments underneath this video when we post it, because I really do want to know things that work for you and things that you struggle with. So one of the things that's important is to try and discover what is your most productive time of day. Some people are really good at getting up early and knocking their most important activities out. Some people are, great until about 10 o'clock in the morning, or they just get going at 10 o'clock in the morning and they're great until about 2, and then they have a crash down and don't get anything else done the rest of the day. Some people are night owls, and sometimes it really depends on the activity that you're doing, which times are most productive for you. I tend to be very creative late in the evening when the house is all quiet and I can really get my creative juices flowing. I tend to do things that are a lot of errand running. I like to get that out of the way early in the morning before the world gets too busy and crazy out. So identify, first of all, when your most productive times are. Now, there's going to be some things, a lot of times when you put appointments on your schedule, you tend to give those more priority. For example, if you make a doctor's appointment and you put it on your schedule, you're not going to just blow it off because something better came along or because you got busy and you forgot. You're going to make sure that you go to that doctor's appointment, because sometimes it's hard to get another one. It may take you a couple months to get in to see that doctor again. And if you have a weekly networking meeting, you're going to make that a priority because other people are counting on you. So those are the things that you always put on your calendar, but sometimes the rest of the stuff ends up like on a to-do list, and it's an overwhelming amount of stuff to get done in a day, and we put it all on that list thinking, oh, it'll get done somehow. But if you don't put it on your list, or if you don't put it on your calendar and it's just in a list, and you're not going to get it all done because you're overwhelmed by it, even if you do get maybe 3 or 4 things done on that list, you're still going to beat yourself up about the other 7 or 8 things that didn't get done. So if you can block out time on your calendar to get those things done and be realistic about how long things are going to take you to do, you're going to be a lot more set up for success so that you can get those things done in a way that is productive and prioritized for you and for your day. So you need to make sure that you're prioritizing the activities that you want to do. I'm going to share with you a sample ideal calendar we have set up. It's based on, so this is the sample ideal calendar. The days of the week are listed here, scheduled out for however many, things that you have. I've color coded them And the way they're color coded conforms to this grid that we have. Now, this grid that we have developed is a really great way so that you can determine which activities you need to spend how much time on, so that you make sure that you are making a balanced contribution to your business and you're not spending too much time doing one thing and too little time doing something else. And so that if you feel you are unbalanced in your business, take a look at how it is you spend your time. If you want to get really hardcore, you can log yourself for about a week, and you can do it down in 15-minute increments, and you can say, what am I spending my time doing now? And then in another 15 minutes, what am I spending my time doing now? And write it down, because that's going to really give you an eye-opener as to what it is you're spending your time doing. Now, in this upper quadrant here, the green one, it's green funny because these are your income-producing activities, and that should be about half of your time. So in a 40-hour work week, or in the one that I have set up on the next slide, is a 44-hour work week, but more or less, and you can kind of average these numbers out, so they don't have to be necessarily exact, but it's a really good way to gauge whether you're spending the right amount of time on the right activities. So this is your income producing activities: writing proposals, making sales calls, finding the people who you are going to, finding your top prospects. That is your income now. So this is for your specific goals for this month, for this quarter, things that you are going to do to bring in money now. In the second box over here, the blue one, kind of your marketing activities. These are things where you're going to be developing business. So whether you're networking at events, going to a BNI meeting, going to social media, or doing your social media setup, doing your scheduling, doing one-to-one appointments with people, make sure that it's an effective use of your time, and that should only be about 25% of your time. So in a 40-hour work week, that's about 10 hours. Sometimes one of the things that I've found very helpful is to take one day a week and dedicate your networking to that. So if you have one networking meeting in the morning, then you have maybe 2 hours where you could schedule a couple of one-on-ones in there. You can have another networking meeting at lunchtime, and then maybe schedule a one-to-one or two of those afterwards. You've got 6 hours of networking done, and it's all in one day, and it's all in one place. You can do your networking over a Zoom call. You don't necessarily have to meet face-to-face in person and be driving all over town to do that. So this might be a really more effective way to do some of your business development activities. Your social media activities also fall into this category. That does not necessarily mean scrolling through Facebook to see what your friends are doing. You do want to check in on LinkedIn and on Facebook and see what people are up to. The social media part of this is focused time where you are making a schedule of things that you want to put in your calendar and put on your social media on a certain, if you want every Wednesday to be some special hashtag Wednesday, make sure that you have scheduled out posts that you want to have. If you need to create any graphics, if you want to be looking through other resources you can use to post onto your social media, those are all times when you're going to schedule in this blue time frame when you're going to schedule that. This is also when you're going to be planning your week, planning your schedule for the week and making your appointments. So in this bottom corner, in the yellow corner, this is your skills development to support your future income. So if this means you have to go to some professional development, if you need to learn a different language for supporting some of the customer base that you would like to serve, that's a really great opportunity for you to do that. If you want to learn a new product you want to offer to your clients, this is a good place to put that too. And then this orange category over here is your personal time, your vacations, doctor's appointments, personal time with family. And this is of your working time. So you're going to take, just like if you were working in a corporate job and you had 2 weeks of vacation a year, This is going to break down to about 10%. So it runs about 4 hours a week. Not necessarily going to take a little mini 4-hour vacation every single week. You're going to build it up. If you find that you're taking, day off every week, or every Wednesday afternoon you're going golfing, that's more than 10% of your time, and it's not making the most effective use of your time. Now, if you look over here at our sample ideal calendar, you will notice that we have things set up. Green is sales calls and closing appointments, or whatever it is that you're doing in your business. That is your IPA activities, these money-making activities. Now, if you notice, there's none on Tuesday, because those are the blue activities. This is the blue day for networking. So, you may have a networking meeting on Monday morning, then have a day for when you've gone to events, like one-off networking events that are not your regular networking meetings, your regular BNI or WPN, WIN, any other regular weekly networking meeting that you go to. That's when you would maybe set the time to follow up with people. Then you'd have another networking meeting here, and then maybe in the afternoon, that's when you do your social media scheduling and review. When you're doing social media, it's always a great idea to go back and respond. When people comment on your posts, you want to respond, and that is how you're going to create growth in your organic reach on your social media. That's a totally different topic. We'll get to that another time. But then all day Wednesday, you'll see here we have a whole day of sales calls and closing appointments. So I have on Tuesday night this more training and professional development opportunity. So maybe you're taking a class in the evenings, or you're using that time to watch webinars or read a specific personal development book that you're working on. So then on Thursday, you have some time set aside for one-on-ones. You would have a regular maybe coaching call with your one-on-one personal coach. And then down here on Thursday in the evening, sometimes Thursday evenings are opportunities for after-hours networking. And then since you've got those two pockets there, you've got Friday afternoon to kind of chill. And I know you're going to have stuff pop up on the weekend, and that's kind of the way that entrepreneurship works. Those are all ideas of how it is that you can set up your schedule, and they're not necessarily going to be the same from week to week, because maybe the first Thursday of the week you have a lunch networking meeting, and then you don't have it for the rest of the Thursdays. Or you're in a class that only goes 8 weeks, like our business boot camp 8-week program that's going to be starting up at the end of February. You're going to put that on your schedule. You kind of rearrange things because you want to make sure that you get that time in, but you don't sacrifice your IPA time, your income producing activity time, because you're doing something else that is not in that category, and that time frame was already blocked off for you to do something else. Another great thing for you to consider is make one of those blocks where you're either doing either the green or the blue, where you are getting uninterrupted work time done. And it's probably going to be in the blue, because that's when you're doing supportive activities for your business. So that it's uninterrupted. So you're not getting incoming Facebook alerts or email messages, and you're not responding to phone calls. And that's maybe 2 or 3 hours of really straight work. You can be productive, because the more times you start and stop your activity, you're going to have some ramp up time that you're going to need to use. And when you switch activities, every time you switch activities, it takes you a good 15 minutes to get back in the groove of what it is you're doing. So all of those things are great to consider when you are setting up your schedule, so that you are time blocking, so you're making effective use of your time. And so I really want to thank you for joining me today, and would love to hear the things that you struggle with, the things that, I know that especially during times when, you get people who call you instantly and they need help right away, or it's the evening, or after hours or on the weekend, you still need to take care of your clients. You don't want to ignore them. It's good to set boundaries so that you can be able to meet their expectations and set them appropriately. So Thanks again for watching. Keep in mind, we have our 8-week program that's going to be starting at the end of February in 2020. And we have extended the early registration pricing on that. So feel free to go over to Eventbrite. The link is in here on the Money Mountain Systems business page so that you can go find it. It is listed under our events. And be sure to join us every week for our Biz Bites, and we look forward to seeing you again. And if you enjoyed this, make sure to tell your friends about it and share this so that they can get the same benefits as you for your business. Thanks so much. Have a great day.